Recently in one of my ethics classes, we had to do a thought experiment, and I wanted to share it with you all because I'm very interested in the greater responses to this, because the responses in my class were interesting. So it's called The Ant and the Grasshopper. The idea is that winter is coming. You know winter is coming. It's like, early summer. Yeah, it's early summer. You're aware winter is coming. There is an ant and there is a grasshopper. The ant starts to spend his entire summer and his entire fall prepping for winter. He's working hard. He is storing up food. He is building those little tunnels underground. He is putting in the work to make sure he has everything he needs for when snow starts to fall and he can just hide underground. While he's going back and forth running these errands to make sure he can survive the winter, he often passes a grasshopper who is chilling on a rock. The grasshopper is minding his own business and enjoying his leisure time. He's just sunbathing. Every time the ant passes him, the ant asks, "Have you done anything to prepare for winter?" And the grasshopper says, "I'll get there when I get there. It's nowhere near winter yet. I have plenty of time." Summer keeps moving forward. Time keeps passing. The ant keeps passing the grasshopper chilling on this rock. And every time the ant passes the grasshopper, the ant asks, "Have you started preparing for winter yet? It's going to be a cold one." And the grasshopper says, "That's so far away. I'll get there when I get there. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine." Summer ends. Now it's fall. Same thing though. Time is moving forward. The ant has a huge stock of supplies, is even leaning into surplus territory, and the grasshopper still isn't really moving off of his rock. And again, the ant is asking him, "Are you prepping?" And the grasshopper says, "I'm fine. I'll get there when I get there." Then snow starts to fall. It's winter. The ant is comfortable in his cozy house that is perfectly prepared, perfectly insulated, with a crap ton of food. He's living his best life. He's going to be set for the next 3 months. And then there's a knock on the door, and it's the grasshopper. "Hey man, I don't have anything for winter. It's cold. I can't find any food. I don't know what to do. I know you were preparing. Can you help me?" Should the ant help the grasshopper? There are only two options. You cannot do the runaround. This is a thought experiment, which means you are forced to think within confines of these stories, right? Option number one, the ant says no. He closes the door in the grasshopper's face. The grasshopper has a high potential of dying. The grasshopper will struggle and suffer through the winter. The second option is the ant says, "Yes, I can help." This means the ant will have less food and less supplies for the winter, but the grasshopper will guaranteed not die. Which one should the ant choose? You would be surprised how many people said that the ant should not help the grasshopper. Maybe you think the ant shouldn't help the grasshopper. Their reasoning is that the ant did everything he could to warn the grasshopper, did everything he could to remind the grasshopper, and the ant already did his part by doing so. Now, in order for the grasshopper to learn the lesson, the ant must not help. Maybe if the grasshopper makes it to next winter, then he'll know better now. The other side of the argument is, of course, the ant should help. Yes, it's annoying that the grasshopper did not prepare for himself, but it's the right thing to do to help your fellow man, right? The class was split pretty 50-50 on this, which was interesting to me. My personal answer was to help. Yes, I personally would have less supplies for the winter, but I also personally could not live knowing that someone could potentially die when I have the means to help them. This is the attitude I'm taking into the next coming years here in the United States as things inevitably get harder. I've tried to stock up on some casual prepper supplies, such as water purification tablets and thermal blankets and various masks for various different types of diseases. And I'm trying to have a surplus so that if my neighbors need anything at any time, I can give it. If I have the means to help someone, I always want to try to help them. That being said, I can understand the other side of it. Would I help a Trump supporter who came to my door asking for my help as a trans person after they voted against my rights in this administration? Would I be able to help them through the problems that this administration will cause? Is this an "I told you so" moment? Is this a "fuck around and find out" moment? Or is this a human moment where it's a human coming to another human asking for help? Would I help them and then they still fuck me over? Would they not learn their lesson? Would this make it worse if I did deny them help? Would they learn the wrong lesson if I denied them help? There are so many questions, and there are answers we'll never get until we actually act on it. I know for me, I think I would help someone no matter what. And maybe to you, that's the wrong answer. And it's okay if that's the wrong answer. There's no right answer to a thought experiment. You know what I mean? Any answer you give to these questions is okay because it's a thought experiment. It's not real. I'm not an ant. I'm not a grasshopper. We're here just to talk. But I personally, for my life, I would help that grasshopper because I couldn't live with myself if I didn't. What about you? Would you help or not? Would you help if it was a person who voted against your rights? Think about it.